Well, all right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. I guess no time is better than the present right now for me to go ahead and give out my take on the Soleimani attack, where the U.S. decided to deploy some airstrikes and kill Iranian's general. And let me say this. I want everybody to please listen to me, okay? Anytime we receive knowledge, which is the truth, it reveals how ignorant we've been in the past. And of course, we are all still learning. All right, so what do we have going on here? And this is my take. And I realize that news media, I realize that everybody likes jumping out in front of news and giving their own take about particular things because it's the same old theater, same old dog and pony show. Everybody's got something to say, and most people, when they are saying it, they don't really truly do their due diligence concerning an investigation. They usually just go ahead and give you their vain opinion, or they usually are repeat boxes for what somebody else has said. Now, I don't want to do that. I want to give you what I've gathered after listening to many different sources, both pro and con, positive, negative, whatever you want to call it. Okay. We've got to define a few things because it's kind of like courtroom strategies and procedures. Because when these people get out up in front of the news media and they begin to talk to you and begin to speak to you, and they use certain words, these words are there to I'm going to define it as be a cloak of maliciousness, to not really truly give you the intent and the purpose of why we're saying certain things. One of them is intimate. We hear Pompeo and a lot of other people talk about and use it all the time. Imminent. When you and I think of intimate, we automatically think about an intimate attack. All right, we're thinking about that it's something that's got to take place right now, but that's not in their comprehension and understanding. It's a possibility of something that could be. So the deception and the fix is in, the spin is in, and the twist is in. All right. Then President Trump says that, well, if the Iranians attack, we have 52 cultural sites targeted, and most people go, okay, we got 52 cultural sites targeted. Let me translate again. In other words, we have 52 religious sites targeted. And America, in my opinion, and I think I can give an opinion, and I'm going to give you some of my resume to tell you the reason why I give an opinion. I grew up in America like anybody else. When I joined the military at 18, 19 years old, I forget which one it was, somewhere along in there, I think it was 18. I was just as dumb, stupid, dormant as anybody else was. I went in, with an illusion that whatever I'm doing, I'm actually doing it for the country, blase. The Constitution and, all this rhetoric, all this fictitious Mr. Rogers make-believe ideal that they paint and, puts in our minds like the news media do constantly all of the time. All right? So I went in under that, not knowing anything. But after 10 years, and after getting out as a staff sergeant, I served in the 82nd Airborne Division, the 3rd Infantry Division, and a Joint Readiness Training Center in Op 4 down in Fort Polk, Louisiana. So I've been around the block a few times. And so in case many of you, the first time you're hearing me, you don't think I know what the hell I'm talking about, I do. After I got out of the military, politics became an interest to me because I wanted to know why we were doing certain things we were doing and why we're there. And of course, I've learned more than anything that anytime a politician's mouth is moving, they're lying. Well, I see the same script. I see the exact same script taking place right now that is taking place when we ousted Saddam Hussein. And mind you, Saddam Hussein used to be invited to dinners at the White House. I mean, a personal buddy of the United States of America. I'm telling you, when up in the 80s, the 70s and late 80s and stuff, when they were going against the Ayatollah Khomeini, Saddam Hussein was I'm telling you, he was right there buddying up with Reagan, buddying up with Bush, the whole 9 yards. And most people, you know, they forget a lot of things. And the reason why they forget it, because it's more convenient to forget it than to remember. Now, there are a lot of things that I simply just wipe out of my mind, that I simply just don't care about. I literally wipe out of my mind because I don't want my mind cluttered with a lot of nonsensical stuff that really truly don't mean anything. But when it comes to things that are going on in this world, you better believe I pay attention to it. So here's my take, because I can't make a video without somebody asking, Pastor Dowell, what is your take? Pastor Dowell, what is your take? Pastor Dowell, what is your take? We're waiting to hear from you. And I did. I waited. And I'm telling you, I studied this thing. I've listened to, I can't tell you how many hours of videos, listen to different perspectives. And what I mean listening to different perspectives, I'm talking about retired politicians. I'm also speaking about alternative news sources like Al Jazeera, CNN, Fox News, and everybody has their own particular opinion and perspective and outlook about a lot of things. But I'm telling you, I see the script as being the same. I do. I see that for some reason, the United States of America has Iran in their crosshairs. And let me also define another definition here for a section called sanctions. You know, anytime that you, another country, i.e. America, imposes sanctions on another country, that is actually a declaration and an act of war. That's what's really truly going on. It's just kind of like the Cold War in the 80s. But it is a declaration of war, because what's happening is that you're seeking to undermine the people of that country. And you're hoping that you can turn the middle class and the poor and everybody else against the leaders of that country, so that they would rise up in protest and oust the leaders of that country, so that the United States of America can put their puppet masters in power and end up controlling them. And so that's why sanctions are imposed, because ultimately the people who get hit is not the rich, not the people who are running the country, it's the middle class and the poor. Because the rich, they got enough money to be able to wave the storm. Be it food, resources, it makes no difference. It's the people in the middle and the poor people that actually get hit whenever another country imposes sanctions on another country. It's a declaration and act of war. Now, mind you, I understand that we're all entitled to our own opinion, and we're literally not entitled to our own facts. But people are asking, so here it is. I've seen that, or what I've gathered was, and before my thoughts just keep running. Have y'all looked at that map on Google? And have y'all looked at and seen Afghanistan, Kuwait, Baghdad, Iraq, all these, Pakistan, all these staging areas. I looked at that map this morning, and Iraq, watch this, is surrounded by over 40 military bases. 40 United States of America military bases. You know what that is really called in the military? They're called staging areas and staging points. That means if we have it in our agenda to do some type of preemptive strike on another country and stuff, it takes a while to build that thing up. And once we have our bases in place, it's easy for us to go ahead and have a launching pad. 40 bases surround this country. So let's ask ourselves a question. Do we really truly believe that the Iraqis want a war with the United States of America? The answer is hell to the no, no, no. Nobody in their damn right mind wants to do that. So what's going on? This is all about politics. This is all about dictatorship. This is all about war. This is all about undermining. This is all about deception. Every bit of it is. I see the same script playing out as I seen with Saddam Hussein. Now, mind you, am I against America? No, but I am against treacherous lies. I am against leading people in deception to making them think one way when it's another. This man, Soleimani, actually, he was going to actually do some type of a negotiation or give his opinion on the talks against the Saudis or Saudi Arabia, that's like people saying, and the Iranians in reference to going forward, because we know that the Saudis and America and the Iraqis and Great Britain and the French and all this and stuff, you know, we know that these people have somewhat of a love affair with Israel. And yeah, I had to throw that in there, because anytime you throw Israel in there, everybody, the first thing they want to do is holler anti-Semitic, but you ain't gonna get me to play that dog and pony show. The problem is is that we got the same script being played out again as we did with Saddam Hussein. And America is actually provoking this country right here. They say that he killed all these people and he was going there to kill and stuff, but America has said a lot of crap. Go back and look at what they said about Saddam Hussein. Did we find weapons of mass destruction? Yes or no? Don't give me a bunch of rhetoric. Don't give me a bunch of damn innuendos. Don't give me a bunch of damn passionate opinions. Just answer the damn question. Did we find weapons of mass destruction? Yes or no? And the truth is, since the jury is out still deliberating, of those of us who are part of the court of public opinion, did we really truly get Osama bin Laden? Let's answer that question. Oh, we got him and we bet him and see, and we don't want to make sure that people have no reason to put a shrine up and everything else. Do we really believe that? I don't. I think that America has Iraq in its crosshairs. And I think since they're sending a lot of my brothers from the 82nd Airborne Division over there and they're building up in a major force, I think that our next move is to destabilize the Middle East. Now, you know, I forget, what is that document? What is that document that talked about how they're following, the New World Order is following a plan. And their plan is going a little bit slower than expected, but they're doing it. They're destabilizing the Middle East. And of course, when you destabilize the Middle East, what are you doing? Actually, in no uncertain terms, we're protecting Israel. My question is why do we give all that money to Israel? Why in the world do we give all that money to Israel? And what benefit of it? How does it benefit us in any way, shape, fashion, form? I mean, when these Zionists came into play after Hitler and stuff, and according to the Balfour Agreement there in 1942, when Great Britain and United States came and they made the agreement, they took some Germanic, Scandinavian, Europeans and decided to stick them in the land of Israel, these Ashkenazis, and call them Israelis, thereby trying to get you thinking that when you hear the word Israel, that they're talking about the biblical people of the book, and they're not. My question is, how long are we going to be drinking the damn purple Kool-Aid? How long are we going to continue to be believing lies? You know what? I got to continue this. I just cannot stop. There's no way I can get this in one video on this phone right here because I only have a certain amount of time to record and upload. We'll come back with part 2, and I'm going to give you some more of what I believe to be facts concerning this Soleimani attack and his death right here, and how the Iranians are responding to this.